What's up, y'all? I'm back. I'm about to do the defensive lineman, man. Tuned in, man. Make sure I hit that like button, man. Share the stream, man. Get down to the comments too, man. Um, and tell me some of your favorites. Tell me some of your picks and the people you think that may rise up and may do well in the NFL after watching some of these combines. But obviously, there's winners and losers, right? I guess you know what I'm saying. That's what they call them. But like James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, off the charts. He's running like a wide receiver. He tested well on everything. That just solidified his stock. I think he just moved up. I think people may have had him late first round, early second round, something like that, maybe. But he just now things have shifted. Things have absolutely shifted. We don't know what Abdul Carter is going to do until we see his pro day. But now, obviously, Abdul Carter's a beast. But now you're like James. After seeing what James Pierce Jr. put together up at the combine yesterday, I guarantee you some heads are rolling. Some things is changing out there for sure. And that's why I like the combine. That's why I like it, because now I'm thinking like, James Pierce Jr. He's a diamond to have. Like you cannot not want to get this guy. Like, you know, if you need an edge in the NFL, how can you want to pass on James Pierce Jr.? That's just crazy. Ty Robinson from Nebraska. Oh my goodness. Oh, James Pierce. I think James Pierce Jr. ran out of 4.47. Man, 4.47. Like that's, oh my goodness. At the end. Ty Robinson, big boy from Nebraska, one of the big polar bears. Yo, he ran a 4.83. He ran a 4.83, yo, and a 40. Now I get it. The 40s, they do help. They do help. And like I said, I believe that that's just gonna change things. This absolutely changes things. He tested well on all the other drills, also the broad jumps and everything, just like James Pierce did. I think that helped Ty Robinson extremely well. Yes, he's definitely moved up. Now let's talk about somebody from the MAC. Yeah, the MAC. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean. And we out here pimping. Yeah, out here macking. Now look. Listen, Darius Alexander from Toledo has absolutely solidified himself in this draft. People already had him moved up on the big boards. I think they may have had him. They had him in the top 100, I'm sure. But now, like, he's a defensive lineman that they're like, dang, I gotta get this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a defensive lineman, but he's tested so well, man. He's tested so well in so many different areas, man. He's a 6'3", 6'3" and 7/8". He's 305 pounds. And in the 10-yard, his 10-yard split was 173, which is about average, I say. But then he ran a 4.96, but that in the 40. And it's under 5. It's under 5, which is good, you know what I mean, for a defensive lineman. But he's tested so well. His footwork is amazing. He just glides through the bags. He glides on the field. He don't got sloppy feet. He got long arms, which is going to help. Like, oh my goodness. Like, man, yeah, if you need a defensive lineman, there's going to be competition out there for the Walter Nolans and you know what I mean, and these guys and that's out there like Antoine Powell Ryland. Like I thought that he would from Virginia Tech, that he would run a lot better. He didn't run the fastest 40, but he was one of the sack leaders and in NCAA. He you know what I'm saying, I think he was third behind I can't pronounce his name from Boston College. As Ruka, I can't pronounce his last name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And then it was Mike Green as Ruka, and then Antoine Powell Ryland from Virginia Tech. And I thought he would test well, but he did. He didn't run as fast as 40. I think he ran a 4. I'm trying to get it pulled up right now, y'all. I got my notes. I think he had a 4. What was it? A 4? Oh, 4.69. And he ran a 4.69 and 40, which is like Tyler Barron from Miami surprised me. He wound up running a 4.62. And he didn't look bad. So I'm like, okay, Miami on to something. You know what I'm saying? Okay, because you know that might have been a little bit of trouble on their schedule. Some people would have said that defense, but I'm like, all right, I like what I see. Now another guy that tested very well to me, and that looked good, and I think, and for sure, Anais Peebles from Virginia Tech. He ran a one he in a 10-yard split. It was 1.74, and then he ran a 4.5. He had under 4.95 in the 40, but he tested well on everything else: footwork, body control. Oh my goodness, like he tested well. Had a good day yesterday. And somebody, and a lot of these things right here. See, when you go to the combine and you show out in your uncomfortability set, in an uncomfortable setting, when you competing against all these other guys, and then when you go to your pro day and you can improve. Once you improve on your pro day, it only looks better. It only makes things better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you lose anything. You don't lose anything when you don't go to the combine, but I do think that, like, going to the combine only helps, right? You know what I mean? It only helps. I'm trying to get through this quick as possible. I like what I saw a lot of Jared Harrison Hunt from SMU. He ran good in a 40. Testing was all right. You know what I'm saying? Well, I like what I've seen about of him. I think that there's a potential there. CJ West from Indiana. I think he was some potential there. Fidel Diggs. Woo! From Syracuse. Oh my goodness, Fran Brown got him one dog. Man. Hey, his 10-yard split was 1.60. Yeah, and then he ran a 4.57 and a 40, and he tested well on everything else. Broad jumped out the gym. I'm like, oh my goodness, man. See, somebody like Fidel Diggs. Like, I don't like. Does he have to do his pro day? Like, let's just keep it a buck. Like, do he have to do his pro day? Like, can he just chill and can he just work out and just do his thing? Cause like that's good. That's crazy good for his position. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these defensive ends nowadays, man. Like, man, somebody else who tested well too. Shamar Stewart. Texas A&M ran a 1.58 in a 10-yard split, the 4.62 and a 40. Yo, that's man. That's like they're literally right there with each other. They are like, man, listen to me, man. And Shamar Stewart was getting comparisons to Myles Garrett when this happened. Now, granted, you got a lot of work to do, Myles Garrett wise, but Fidel Diggs is right there, bro. And see, now you're like, you looking at this. I don't know how y'all looking at this, but how I'm looking at it right now, I'm like, man, there is some dogs in this combine, and there's a lot of guys, man, and it's just gonna shake things up, man. Out there, it's gonna shake things up. Now, as Roka from Boston College, he didn't run a 40, but he practiced and he did other drills. He looked good. Man, he looked good, and he had a lot of sacks. And he's going to go off. Now, I'm about to shock y'all with some of these other names, like, I guess, Jordan Birch from Oregon. I guess I think he did well. He tested well. But Tyler Batty from BYU, he looked good to me. To me, he looked good. Tyler Batty looked good. When I seen it, I said, man, hold up. Not bad at all. These defensive linemen and these edges, man, they are so important to your defense in the NFL, and you can't afford to miss on these guys, man. And if you can get some of these guys, you got to get them. And like I said, like, this draft is going to go down, bro. This is going to be one of them good drafts, bro. Trust me. I just got a feeling about it. I'm standing on it. I ain't switching that up. Alpha Collins from Texas, he looked good. And in his drills that he did. Ty Hamilton from Ohio State, he looked damn good in the drills he participated in. Oh, don't let me forget Zeke Biggers from Georgia Tech. My goodness. Landon Jackson from Arkansas jumped out the gym, dog. He jumped out the gym, had a 40 over 40 inch vert. Oh my god. Like, you be like, man. Um, a surprise name, Steve Linton from Baylor. Steve Linton from Baylor, like when I talked about Baylor in their defensive line and in their D lineman last year, and Steve Linton was one of the guys that stuck around a while in college, and it may have paid off. Steve Linton didn't look too bad, tested decently. I think the combine helped some Steve Linton. You hear me? It helped Steve Linton because he was good. Don't get it twisted. He was a vital piece of Baylor's defense and defensive line, right? But it helped Steve Linton. Princely Ume-Meelan, oh, he pray, yo, like, man, there's just so, it's like, I'm excited. I'm excited, y'all, and I hope that y'all are, because we are actually seeing now some guys that we know that can probably produce on the field, but they're probably moving down because some guys that we seen just go crazy on the field or testing well, which is just making you go even more crazy for them, like James Pierce Jr. and Shamar Stewart, Ty Robinson, guys like that. You like, how in the hell Ty Robinson and James Pierce Jr. and them guys ain't first round picks? And we talking about you know what I'm saying? Like, we know Abdul Carter's a beast. Like, he got to be running a fucking, 4.5 something. He got to, like, Abdul Carter has to be doing something different than what we seeing on film, because we know a lot of players look stupid good on film, right? But I can't wait to see him test at his pro day, because these other guys came out and they showed up at this combine. I'm excited for round 2 today, man, and I hope that y'all got to be tuned in, man. They come on at 3 p.m. We got the DBs and the tight ends going today at 3 p.m. and then tomorrow, Saturday, we got the quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers, and then Sunday we got the offensive linemen to cap it off. But I'm gonna try to keep y'all updated what's going on with the combine, man. You dig? And for sure, man, y'all make sure you hit this like button up out here, man. I don't want to close out. I don't want to stop. But I got to, man. You feel me? Got to get back to work, man. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. As I always do, man. Y'all pray for me, and I pray for y'all. Peace, y'all.